seen it on the window sticker. You've heard it from the service advisor with the polite smile. Lifetime fluid, never change it. It sounds like a dream. Never pay for transmission flushes, coolant swaps, or differential services again. For many American car owners, that promise feels like freedom from maintenance headaches. But what if that lifetime wasn't yours? What if it was a sales term dressed up as engineering truth? Today we follow the oil stains, the dealer invoices, and the mechanic whispers to uncover a truth that costs you money, safety, and peace of mind. They call it lifetime, but whose lifetime are they talking about? Yours, the car's, or the part supply's profit margin? What if I told you millions of miles of damage are hidden behind that single word? Wait until you hear the real cost. The promise that sells. It starts simple, a glossy brochure, a reassuring phrase. Dealers love it because it's an easy close. Manufacturers sometimes use it because it simplifies the owner's manual. For customers, it sounds like modern engineering fluids that never break down, seals that never harden. But language matters. Lifetime isn't a technical guarantee. It's a marketing shortcut. The problem is, your car isn't a brochure. It lives in heat, cold, stop-and-go traffic, tow trucks, and long highway runs. Those conditions change the chemistry of fluids. Promises that sound permanent often aren't. Who defines lifetime? This is the sneaky part. Nobody agrees. Is lifetime the life of the part? The life of the vehicle, the warranty period? Sometimes lifetime refers to the expected life of the transmission asterisk on paper asterisk, assuming perfect conditions, zero towing, and a driving style that would make a Sunday priest proud. Real life is messier. Mechanics laugh about it because they see the reality. Burnt fluid, slipping gears, and cars on the lift that were never serviced because they were told they didn't need it. The dealer's incentive. Dealers and service centers aren't evil, they're businesses. Selling fewer services reduces labor and parts income. Lifetime fluids reduce repeat visits. That's good for the dealer's schedule and payroll. It's also convenient for the beer until it's not. Imagine a dealership telling you not to change coolant, then later charging a fortune to replace a warped head gasket. The initial savings evaporate when a neglected fluid fails to protect an expensive component. Incentives shape advice. Always remember that. The mechanic's truth. Walk into an independent shop and you'll hear a different vocabulary. Mechanics have watched cars come in after 80,000 miles with oil that smells like burnt toast and coolant that's dark and roiling. They know additives break down, detergents get saturated, and friction modifiers wear out. They've seen transmissions with dark, burnt fluid and clutches eaten alive. Their advice is rooted in smell, sight, and feel diagnostics that a smiling service advisor won't always volunteer. Mechanics don't use marketing terms, they use wrenches and experience. Science, not slogans. Fluids are chemistry. Engine oil, transmission fluid, brake fluid, and coolant all do different jobs. Heat, water contamination, metal shavings, and oxidation change their properties over time. For example, automatic transmission fluid is designed to lubricate and also act as hydraulic fluid. When it degrades, shifting goes from crisp to hesitant tan and then to costly failure. Brake fluid is hygroscopic, it absorbs moisture. Over time, its boiling point drops, and your brakes can feel spongy under stress. Lifetime doesn't stop chemistry. Real examples, the war stories. There's a truck owner in Oklahoma who was told the transfer case fluid was lifetime. He didn't change it for 120,000 miles. One cold morning, his 4x4 failed going up a snow-dover lane. The transfer case bearings were scored, and the repair cost eclipsed his truck's recent value. Across town, a mom in Ohio followed dealer advice and didn't flush her radiator. A blown head gasket later, she paid for figures and missed work for weeks. These aren't isolated tales, they're everywhere. They're the unglamorous reality behind a shiny sticker, when lifetime is real and when it's not. There are cases where lifetime fluids make sense. Some sealed for life parts operate in very controlled environments, and manufacturers design them to never be serviced under normal conditions. But those are the exceptions, not the rule. Most cars are driven in polluted cities, salted winters, and heavy towing conditions. The labels often don't consider that. The key is context. Ask, what conditions did the manufacturer assume? Is the system sealed? Can a drain plug be accessed? If the answer is no, or we assume ideal conditions, treat lifetime with suspicion. The hidden costs of trusting the label. You saved a $100 service once, but skipped a $100 service and paid $3,000 later for a failed transmission. That math is ugly. There's also safety. Brake fluid that's never changed lowers your stopping power. Coolant that's chemically exhausted lets engines overheat. Oil that's never replaced increases internal wear. The cost isn't just money. It's time in the shop, missed family trips, and that gut-sick feeling when your car dies on the side of the interstate. Lifetime labels can quietly trade short-term convenience for long-term risk. How dealers spin it, language tricks to watch for. Salespeople use words like sealed for life, pre-filled for life, or maintenance-free. Each phrase nudges you toward complacency. Sometimes the owner's manual will say inspect rather than replace, which feels like a middle ground, but often becomes code for don't bother. Watch for ambiguous terms. Ask direct questions. What tests were performed to justify no service? Is this recommendation covered by the warranty? Silence or vague answers are red flags. A confident technician will explain the reasoning, show you the fluids, and give honest timing based on real-world use. What you should do right now, don't panic, do this instead. First, read your owner's manual, but don't treat it as gospel if your driving habits are heavy-duty. Second, find a reputable independent mechanic and get a fluid inspection. Pull a transmission dipstick, check coolant condition, have a brake fluid moisture test. Third, if someone says lifetime, ask for a written explanation with the engineer's spec or service bulletin. Fourth, keep records. If you maintain your own schedule and document everything, you'll protect resale value and warranty positions. Lastly, when in doubt, change the fluid. Fluids are cheaper than parts. From outrage to action, this isn't just about being angry at marketing, it's about taking power back. Once you know the tricks, the motto becomes simple. Informed owners make better decisions. When you refuse to be passive, when you ask questions and demand evidence, you cut through the spin. You also save money, avoid danger, and extend the life of a machine that might be the heartbeat of your family's routine. Warranty versus reality. A common defense is, if the manufacturer says lifetime, your warranty covers it, but warranties are complicated. They often require documented maintenance. If a major component fails and the dealer asks for maintenance records, a missing fluid service might be used to deny a claim. You hand them a maintenance log that shows regular service, you're protected, skip it, and you hand them a reason. Keep those receipts or date-stamped photos of drained fluids. Your paperwork is your defense. Why this feels personal? Cars are identity. They carry kids to soccer practice. They're the little victories and the long road trips. When lifetime fluids fail you, it feels like betrayal. It isn't just a line item on a receipt, it's a broken promise. That's why this topic stings. It's about trust between you and the manufacturer and you and the dealer. When that trust is broken, the fallout is emotional as much as financial. You deserve transparency, you deserve facts. Smart habits that save big. You don't have to be a mechanic to beat this. Simple steps make a huge difference. Check your oil color between changes. Look at your coolant reservoir. If it's dark or rusty, that's a clue. Ask your technician to show you the drain fluid. Many will. Use a brake fluid tester. Cheap and telling. When you catch problems early, repairs are manageable. Preventive maintenance is boring, yes, but cheap compared to catastrophic failure. That's the plain truth. A deal you can make. Negotiate maintenance into the purchase. If a dealer offers lifetime fluids, negotiate that into the sale as a written service agreement. Ask for specifics. What fluids? What tests? How often are visual inspections performed? If they refuse to put it in writing, walk away. A handshake isn't good enough. Remember, a documented promise can be enforced, a smile can't. Trust but verify tools and tests you can use. There are inexpensive lab tests. You can send a sample to oil analysis tells you where metals, coolant testers show pH and contamination, brake fluid testers measure moisture. These tests are real data. They don't care what the brochure said, use them. They convert vague marketing into measurable facts. When you have evidence, you can talk to the dealer on equal footing. Parting story, a repair shop and a promise kept. There's a shop in a small Pennsylvania town that refuses to push lifetime cell lines. They document every fluid, color, and test. One customer kept detailed records and was able to get his transmission warranty honored when failure struck because he had the paperwork, the test results, and the receipts. The dealer reluctantly paid. That's the power of being informed, organized, and skeptical of too good to be true promises. Lifetime sounds tidy, it sounds modern, but cars live messy lives in the real world, and chemistry doesn't take marketing at face value. The dark secret isn't a conspiracy so much as a gap between sales language and mechanical reality. If you protect yourself with questions, records, and basic tests, you close that gap. Your car runs longer, your wallet breathes easier. And you keep the road where it belongs under your wheels, not under a tow truck. If you've been told your fluids are lifetime, tell us what happened below your story could save someone thousands. Like the video if this opened your eyes, subscribe for honest car truth, and share this with the person who still trusts the window sticker. Stay curious, stay prepared, drive safe.